Hey everybody, it's some kind of time o'clock.
It is 9:15 p.m. a Thursday in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's end of day one of Adepticon.
Yep.
It's day one. Wednesday didn't count, right?
That's day 0.
Day 0. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, end of day one, and we're just here to recap what we did and maybe get up to a little tomfoolery in this Airbnb that. Not my credit card on it. So, yep, you know me, I'm Joe. Or if you don't, welcome. That's fine. It's kind of odd to expect people to know me, because...
I mean, at this point, we've had plenty of people just be like,
There have been a record number of JodoCast recognizers at just walking on the floor at Adepticon, which has been quite something. Like, it's not an
it has happened before.
It has happened before, but never in such a quantity in such a short period of time. It was basically like the first couple hours, it was like, JodoCast? You're the JodoCast?
Yeah.
And then it died off, so maybe we got them all out of the way.
Maybe.
We got the 3 people. We did meet a patron. Shout out to... Is it Pigpog? I think it's Pigpog.
Is that right? John, is that correct?
I think it was Pigborg.
Pigporg?
Well, now I'm going to have to look.
Well,
Where's your phone?
John is here, another patron, and he is tiered at high enough where he gets to share living quarters with us.
He made all the accommodations, so at a minimum. And I'm Evan.
So,
Wait.
Oh, was I right?
Pigpog 102.
Yeah, Pigpog, not Pigporg.
Hey,
I mean, it's a good, that'd be a good name too.
Shout out to Pigpog. Fantastic meeting you.
Yeah. And Rami.
He said very nice things about it. Shout out to Rami. Shout out to a couple other people who were aware and familiar with us.
Yeah.
They don't need to know about all the people we killed to get here.
Many Bothans? Do they even exist? Do Bothans even exist anymore?
Yeah.
We just don't know what they look like.
We don't know what they look like, what their deal is.
they just exist. And
They could be like...
What's the deal with Bothans?
They could just be like, you know, like some kind of like sea urchin that is not sentient, that just, there was an operation that just happened to destroy the habitat of this endangered animal. Like, maybe Mon Mothma's like a conservationist. Okay, the Death Star 2 plans were hiding on... They're like, okay, we're going to put their plans underneath this nature preserve so the rebels won't dare mess with it.
Because the libs won't go near it.
It's under this Bothan reserve, and then, you know, they had to get it, so many Bothans died in the pursuit of that information.
Wow.
That's my new headcanon. We did 2 things of Unlimited Draft today because they're doing Unlimited Draft events at Adepticon. And I don't know how I feel about them. I obviously love playing Unlimited. It was just kind of like, it's alright. I think maybe just being surrounded by the entire world of miniatures.
Oh, it's kind of
almost
knocked
just
it
like,
down a peg.
It's almost like, well, this is definitely like my second love after the miniatures and Shatterpoint. So it's almost just like, oh, maybe
if you're an FFG employee, stop watching right now.
It was fun to be there. Shout out to Corey from FFG running it. The event was run very smoothly.
It's a great event.
A lot of fun.
Great event.
Yeah.
They take very good care of us.
It is very cool that it is at Adepticon, but sitting there, I'm just like thinking like, could I have been playing Shatterpoint? Which is also personal. It's much harder for me in my normal life to get in games of Shatterpoint than it is to get in games of Unlimited. There are more people in my local area who play Unlimited. Plus, we do our webcam leagues. One will be starting up real soon. Might have been started by the time you see this. So check out our Discord for info on our new webcam league where we have stuff.
Not too late to start.
Never too late. Like 3 Days Grace said.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
And you're not at all incorrect. It is easier to get in multiple card game matches, not just games, but matches, than it is to wrangle people into bringing in a whole crate of miniatures and maybe getting a game in. So yeah, I mean you're not incorrect to feel that way.
It was a little more exciting for me because I wasn't able to do any pre-releases or any events for the Jump to Lightspeed set before we got here today. So it was a little more exciting.
Yeah,
for me.
that makes sense. Then we did some Shatterpoint League. The thing of the league this time is called Hero's Journey. You get a card. You get some kind of benefit, but you have to like work to earn it, basically.
Not me.
There was 3 of them. Well, I think there's more than 3, but each of
There's
us had a
10.
different one. Yeah,
There's
the
10 different ones.
Mine was like mark a piece of terrain as a safe house, get there, roll. If you roll an expertise on an attack with a 1 in 8 chance, you get you can add or remove a momentum, either help myself or hurt them. If I fail, my opponent just moves it somewhere else, and it has to be a primary. Very hard for very little reward, honestly. It didn't seem to make a swing. Yours was you pick a guy who's like conflicted or troubled or whatever. I got a bad feeling about this.
feeling about it.
Got a tummy ache.
Yeah, my tum-tums are rumbling.
And he gets an expose or a pin.
Yep.
And that's the cost for getting an extra force point for the whole match. And then he gets that condition again every time you cycle your deck. But it definitely seems like a good deal.
Yeah.
John, what was yours?
Yeah, mine was it was like the mysterious cargo, or so like a not quite
box.
above board box. Like, and when you got it, then you could, well, before you made an attack action, you could spend a force to get 3 extra dice, which was kind of handy until they got wounded, because then they have to spend 2 force for it.
Seems better than mine.
However, we should be getting another card tomorrow.
Right, every day.
Oh yeah, you're
the
right.
hero's journey progresses, and I do have the benefit of, because we interviewed Will Schick today about Shatterpoint. That interview will be on our channel. If you're watching this, you probably can find that on our channel as well, because I'm going to be popping all these out at roughly the same time after I get home.
You are absolved.
So League, and then a second. We drafted at 9 in the morning, and then we had the interview in the middle of the day.
My second draft, I would say, sucked. 3 of us around the table were drafting for Luke, and I felt like I ended up with some scraps.
Yeah,
and I got
this guy.
I lost all 3 games, and only one of them was sort of like I thought maybe I had a chance, and then it fell away from me too.
Well,
so.
in both drafts, we ended up drafting the same leaders.
But at least the first one, I was really happy with my rose yellow. Luke green let me down hard.
Yellow rose. Let's see here, draft 1 for me. I didn't shoot to go back to the well of Vonreg green, but the cards were there, and I enjoyed it during the pre-release. So he presented himself to me again, along with
Ew.
I know it. Hey, don't he did it.
That's so gross. I'm not like mad at you. I'm mad at him.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I mean he's one of those fans.
You're a victim.
It's true. But I mean, when my first pull was Hyperspace Vonreg, Pack 1, I got his TIE Fighter, and then I got Phasma down the line, and it's a great combo. But when your win condition is get Vonreg on his TIE Fighter and keep him alive, it's a very thin win condition.
Evan and I picked up Atomic Mass Games paint sets that they're partnered with Monument Hobbies. I also bought a white from them because the guy like just demo painting was talking to us about the white and how it's the best white of all the paints. He painted a strip of white on this Black Prime piece, and all unironically everyone in the line went ooh. I was like, that's so funny that we all did that, because you just painted a single line of white, but it had perfect coverage over the black stuff. He was saying like the guy who started Monument Hobbies made it because he was sick of everybody's white paint sucking. So like that company exists because they needed good white paint.
All right, yeah.
And I agree, everyone's white mostly sucks. So I bought a bottle, and we'll see how that goes.
Just review the white paint. Just ignore the other ones. Just be like, this paint is white.
Tastes like marshmallows.
I missed out on that whole dealio because I was in line to buy the paints with Joe, and then I saw Rob from the Honest Wargamer, and I had to go say hi because I'm on his Discord as well. He's an amazing human being. In case he ever gets to see this, thanks for being awesome, and you should come on this show and talk about Star Wars Shatterpoint.
Yeah.
I'll bug you about that later if you ever watch this.
While they were doing that, I got in a Shatterpoint League game. It was half ranged characters, half melee characters. It didn't go well.
Oh, I guess we'll talk about team comps in a minute after we get through the day. Unless you don't want to.
That's interesting.
You don't think it's interesting? I think it's interesting. I don't know why that just happened. Wow, I bet everybody loved that.
I think that's a good wrap up of the day. Tomorrow, we may or may not be doing another one of these because we may or may not be busy doing more fun things than sitting around in an orientation that is heavily reminding me of that meme of the young boys doing their first podcast. Anyway, that's our tomorrow. John and I are playing a team event. Bye, John.
Bye.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Friday night, JodoCast Adepticon recap chat sponsored by Gatorade. One day Gatorade will pay us. That's our lifelong. Ever since we started the JodoCast, we said whatever it takes to get Gatorade to pay us.
Yeah, it's in our mission statement.
There's something different about a Gatorade
You
dollar.
know this. Yeah.
Friday of Adepticon. We're gonna keep this short because it's late and we're tired, but we got things
And
to
hungry,
say.
But
Well, you know what? Know whose sponsorship I don't want? Jimmy John's.
it's a good call for many reasons, but especially
Chief among them is that they really dropped the ball delivering our food tonight.
he really did.
And we're going to go to bed hungry. What did we do today? John and I played Shatterpoint Team Tournament. And that was really fun. I'm going to do a brief overview of how that went for us because it basically took most of the day. This check-in was at 8:30 and it ran until about 6:30. And it was cool.
How cool was it?
Ice cool. I wanted to run Rebels and John wanted to run Republic, and we thought that the tournament structure was like the regular Premier format. Regular Premier format for Shatterpoint is you bring 4 squads, you have to use each of them at least once by the end of the tournament. So what this means in practice is most people will have one strike team they use in the first match, and then the rest of the match they use the other one, because now they've used all 4 of them, the first 2 in the first match, and then the other 2 as you go. So that's what we thought. So we were going to okay, let's do Rebels, and then the rest of the thing we're going to do Republic. This one had a much cooler and interesting rules that Premier should have, which is that you can only use each combination of squads once throughout the whole tournament. So you've got, Squad A, Squad B, Squad C, and Squad D. You can only have that combination happen once. So we had to mix them up each time, which I think is cool. I just wish we would have known about it. But maybe that's probably on us for not reading the rules more clearly. There were a lot of other people playing squads that I thought did not mesh well, so maybe other people were doing that, or maybe other people were sort of in the same boat as us and going, this is the team tournament, we don't need to take this too seriously, let's have fun. And that was sort of the vibe we had with all of our opponents. All of our games were very close, they all went to Struggle 3, and they all almost ran up to time. So every game was a nail-biter and very close. We lost our first 2 games. They were good, but we lost. And then, by the miracle of tournamentsmanship, we got a bye, which was actually pretty nice because we got a win. And then we had a nice break because we were getting pretty worn out at that point, and it was nice to have an extra long break to sit down and relax.
Because it would have been your lunch break.
Well, my lunch break ended up being about 10 minutes because our round 2 went so long. And then
You got your bye.
And then I had to go wait in line to get food, and then I sat down, and but then we got our bye, which meant we had an extra 2 hours, so I actually got to walk around the exhibitor hall, look at stuff. That was really it was really nice to get that buy. Just like, because one of the reasons I didn't like Worlds last year was it's so exhausting to, sit there and play all day. And you know what? I got a nice little break. And then we won our 4th round. Again, it went to right up to the end of the time limit in Struggle 3. But again, very close game, very fun. All of our opponents that we played today were really nice and fun to play with. So the team tournament ended up being pretty fun. So overall we went 2-2, ended up 11th out of like 27th or something. So I guess top 50%.
There you go.
Yeah, it was cool. I'd do that again sometime.
Nice.
What were you doing while we were doing that?
So today, I didn't have anything scheduled except for Shatterpoint League, which is all weekend. But I also took the opportunity this morning to get the lay of the land, get to know the new venue, find all the coffee shops, and do my walkthrough of the vendor hall, and meet a whole bunch of people, which I'll go into much greater detail later on about, and get pictures of the Atomic Mass Gaming cases.
Yep, and we got to do some more in the morning, because the last thing we did was go to the studio update, which you can watch recordings of, because we filmed them. They're on our channel. You've probably already seen all that stuff, but we're not going to talk about it too much here, because that's going to be a whole episode of the Jodo cast. But if you had to pick one thing that was your favoritist reveal from you get one thing, because we're keeping it short tonight.
Yes. Easy. Okay, still easy. Customizable leaders, heroes, leaders, commanders, operatives, however you want to label. We don't do labels here. Yes, we do. But only good labels, the good kind. Customizable characters for Legion, not just customizable in look, I guess customizable in loadout too. So this, I've wanted this
essentially
forever.
They're going to be the first real WYSIWYG in Legion. Technically, like sort of. You could always customize your
Wizzy Light.
Yeah. I think that'd probably be my number one too.
Oh, we agree.
He agrees.
He agrees.
Oh, I can't believe this.
If I'll just stick with that. I really like the zombie stormtroopers in Shatterpoint. Those look like
the one I was
and just Balin.
That's what I was waffling on. Was Balin.
Anyway, no, I'm picking customizable guys because I think that's cool and I think it's going to be really good for the game. Before we go to bed, we're going to go through my big bag of goodies that I got today. This is what I bought. I didn't buy a lot. The plastic's probably on the microphone.
I was gifted a goodie by
because
our team winning.
After the tournaments for Worlds, Shatterpoint Worlds and team tournaments, they had a huge table full of boxes, and they gave them some to people for various reasons. Really cool. They had a team spirit thing, or there's some guy who stepped up and loaned somebody a whole bunch of models, and they made sure to recognize him and gave him an award and gave him some free stuff. Very cool. They rewarding the behavior they like to see in making a nice community. So John and our team won the random raffle, kind of near there are very few things left on the table. So I grabbed this Ewok box.
Yeah.
John grabbed the Mace Windu box and gave it to Evan. I had two thoughts with this.
Yes.
Don't hold me to it, but I might use this as a giveaway during Ewoktober, which will be a while from now. However, I had another idea, which is a little more selfish, in that I use these Ewoks. I can use C-3PO and R2 to paint fun colors.
Yes.
I can use the rest of the Ewoks on the bases of Inferno Squad, who I was planning on doing Endor bases on. So now there can be dead Ewoks on the Inferno Squad bases. Or make a homunculus type thing where all of them are on one thing.
An Ewok golem.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were going to say this is a great opportunity to try out the new atomic mass paints on because there's so many browns and grays for some reason
That
in those.
Is a good and very like
Adult
Yeah.
point. I like yours better though. I like the homunculus.
But I don't
Ewoks.
want. I've got other unpainted minis I can use to test paints
Sure,
on.
sure.
So I think what's probably going to happen is I'm going to use some of these guys as like corpses on the bases of Inferno Squad
Yeah.
because I'm going to base them on Endor. So we'll see.
Because you've already got this.
Right.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having extra droids and stuff seems fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see what I do with that. If I don't end up doing that, this may be a giveaway in Ewoktober. But if it's not, you can go, Joe doesn't ever do nice things.
So send all your emails to.
Yes. So I didn't actually buy that. So this is what I spent my money on. We got
Ayo.
it's the same. Oh,
There
the
you-
I
there
Am No
you go.
Jedi dual pack. This convention exclusive Vader versus Ahsoka. One of my favorite moments in all of Rebels. I'm probably gonna be way more motivated to paint the scenery on this than I was the Obi-Wan Vader duel, which I
Oh
haven't
my
painted
gosh,
yet.
yes.
Yeah, very fun. As unexcited as I am to paint yet another Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is my
that one's
favorite
gonna be rough.
version of Ahsoka. Rebels Ahsoka is my
Yeah.
favorite Ahsoka. But just to recap, to date, I have painted Imperial Assault Ahsoka, Legion Ahsoka,
Yeah.
Shatterpoint Ahsoka, Shatterpoint Ahsoka. There will be another Shatterpoint Ahsoka. Technically, there's 2 more coming out in Legion, but I
Yep.
don't play Republic, so I likely won't
Okay.
have to do that one.
Yeah.
Of all
I'm
the
watching
characters
for
I
sandwiches.
is it sandwiches? Is it just sandwiches?
Oh, it's somebody
The guy has a sled.
who's got a sled.
The guy walking his dog has got like a winter snow
I
sled.
mean, you never know. You
There's
never
no
know
snow.
when you're gonna get some snow.
So I bought that. I'm excited about
All
it.
right. All right.
I bought some AK Ultra Matte Varnish from the AK studio,
Ooh.
where I saw some kind of, I don't even know what product it was, some kind of paint thing that had a picture of Darth Vader on it. And I'm like, they're not licensed with Lucasfilm.
Oh, that. Oh, that.
Yeah, there's also one with Thor. I'm like, is it like,
Yeah.
do you get around copyright because it's a photograph of like a miniature? I don't think so. You're still selling something with Disney's IP on it. Anyway, I don't care. It felt weird to see because I know
That, yes.
in this realm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, if it's not an Asmodee child, this shouldn't exist. But on the other hand, whatever, not my problem.
Oh, yeah.
I bought this little pouch that I will be giving to Bethany.
You're gonna have to zoom in on that in the in post.
Or in real life.
in real life. Okay, did you get that? Did you get it?
We'll find out because I didn't see if
Great.
it focused or not. And lastly, I stopped by the Brent Woodside, I think it's Brent Woodside Art, and bought this chopper print.
Finally,
Yes, Brent Woodside.
it's probably the exact same one that you've been picking up, looking at, and putting back for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
2-3 years.
There's a couple others featuring Chopper, but he wasn't the highlight of them, so I was like, oh, let's get this one. They got some good stuff. Check out Brent Woodside. If you just find him on Instagram, you can see all his cool stuff. Some neat stuff. But that's all I bought. I got to go back and get Kurt a Mothman tomorrow. Sandwich?
I don't know.
Sandwich?
Someone maybe trying to figure out where the building is? I'm gonna say no.
There's people across the street in their kitchen having an argument.
Oh,
Or
man.
maybe they're just chatting.
Are we doing
I
the
don't know.
rear window thing? What could be Jimmy Stewart? What's going on across the street?
They're not. So as long as we talk about all the Star Wars games they're not playing, it's still relevant.
That could be-
That guy's not. He's not even playing Imperial Assault over there.
Those miniatures aren't even painted.
That's it for tonight. You can tell we're tired.
Bye.
It's Friday
Friday,
at Adepticon.
Adepticon,
It's Saturday.
Saturday, Adepticon.
It's Saturday. This is why we bring Jung along.
Yeah.
Jung along.
Jung along.
Yeah.
You can tell how brain work now.